So what's the first thing a woman notices about a man when he walks into a room? Can you guess what it is? No, it's not your clothing. And no, it's not the way you smell. Your good-looking smile? No, it's not that either. The answer? The way people in your immediate vicinity react to you. Are you being treated with respect, or are you being treated like a nobody? Are you walking in with two women on your arm, or are you walking in alone? You see, human beings, we're social animals, and we look at the social interaction. We look at the status of individuals, not by what they say their status is, but actually how other people treat them. Just think about it. Have you ever been around a celebrity? Whenever they walk into the room, the whole energy changes, and you may not even see them, but all of a sudden people are acting differently. People are paying attention. This person has high status because the people around them are reacting like this. Now, you may not be a celebrity, but you can still use the way people react to your advantage. If you're going to a party, you're going to a club, you're going to a bar, don't walk in alone. You want to show social proof by going in with other people, not necessarily a big group of guys. And in fact, if you can bring in a woman or even two women with you who happen to be friends, guess what? All of a sudden, the other women in the place notice, wow, this guy has status. You don't have to say anything. They simply look that these women have accepted you as someone that can be around them. Therefore, you are acceptable and desirable. So what if you don't have any friends or not any friends that evening? You're going out alone. What do? Talk to the bartender. Make a few quick friends at the bar. Buy some people drinks, because later on, they're going to remember, you're going to run into him, and people are going to notice, oh, he knows this person. He knows that person. Boom, status much higher. So the second thing a woman notices before you open your mouth, the way you move. Again, very primitive thought process here down at the base of the brain. We're talking the lizard brain. You're making the decision, fight or flight, or at least she is, because she's looking around for a threat like any human being is when they're in and around people. So you want to avoid making quick, fast movements towards a person. You also want to be careful if you've had too much to drink. How can we spot drunk people? Because they're falling, they're slipping. There is something we can tell is not correct with their movement. Now, when men are being looked at by women, when they know they're being looked at, guess what we do? We strut, we swagger. And that is basically when you swing your shoulders back and forth. And don't worry, guys, we all do it. It's natural, it's normal, and women do find it attractive. Interestingly, on the women's side, they actually swing their hips when they know men are checking them out. So how to use body language to your advantage? Two parts to this. First up, be natural, be laid back, be confident, be yourself. Have you ever noticed? Yeah, when you're just simply laid back, that's when the magic happens. Guys, let your body do what it does naturally. Now, the second part takes us to our next point, which is silhouette, specifically a masculine silhouette. And I've said this before, but what do I mean by a masculine silhouette? That is when your shoulders, in proportion to your hips and your waist, basically are larger. And it's about a 3-to-2 ratio. There's not really a magic number. The point here to understand is that when you wear jackets, you wear clothing that builds up your shoulders, like a leather jacket, a sports jacket, a suit jacket. What does this do? First up, it accentuates the shoulders and draws contrast with your surroundings. So when you're strutting, when you're, having that walk and your shoulders are going back and forth, guess what? We can see it and it's more pronounced, and therefore it's more attractive. In addition, it trims up your waist, makes you look taller, builds up the shoulders. All of this does it. It's visually pleasing to women, and that's what they notice. Now, at this point, you both are much closer to each other. What is she zeroing in on? The bling, the small accessories, the details that can give her a little bit of clues, information on who you are and basically what you're about. Pocket squares, cufflinks, rings, earrings, necklaces. All this gives her information about who you are and just a little bit about your personality. Now, when it comes to watches, you want something that looks good, is going to stand out and get you complimented, right? Well, gents, if you're in the market for a watch, you want to check out the sponsor of today's video, Vincero. So when you go over to their website, what you're going to find are beautiful collections. Just look at them. Look at the Chrono collection. Absolutely beautiful watches here. I just love the look. I love that actually everything is functional, just great looking watches. Then you go over to the Bellwether. I have to admit, I love the balanced look here. I've got a Bellwether in steel. Absolutely love that silver look. It's just a great looking watch. And then when you go look at the Kairos collection, this is going to be a simpler collection, but if that's what you're looking for a watch, they've got you covered. Then you go look at the Marble collection, maybe the Rogue collection, and their new Altitude collection, which is absolutely beautiful. And if you think that's nice, wait till you see their Vessel collection. I'm so excited Vincero finally came out with a dive watch. Look at the design on this. And what I love is they're functional and they've got a unique design that really separates them from all the other dive watches on the market. On top of that, gentlemen, every Vincero watch comes with free shipping, a 30-day return policy, and a 24-month warranty. And gents, don't just take it from me. Go check out their website. They've got almost 20,000 five-star reviews. Gents, I'm linking to Vincero down in the description of today's video. Use that link to get the best deal out there on the internet. Great company. I'm proud to support them. The next thing she's going to notice, Body language. What you don't want to do is to close yourself up. You don't want to turn your back to her. Yeah, maybe you're playing hard to get. I get that. We could talk about that a little bit later. But the point is you want to be approachable. You want to have your chest facing her. So even if you're speaking with somebody and she's over there, you can be talking with your friend here, but you're showing her that you are open to her approaching you or that you may approach her. Now, the next thing she's going to notice is color, and it really depends on the situation. If you're in an indoor club and it's dark inside, color isn't going to be as powerful as if you're outside during a day party. But pay attention to color and those around you because it's about setting yourself apart, actually standing out from the crowd. At the same time, not being gawked at. So you don't want to wear, a really bright colored suit, but you do want to wear something that maybe has you stand apart from the crowd. So bring maybe color into the pocket square, a colorful necktie. Red is a powerful color. Orange is a powerful color. Even gold can be a powerful color. But you want to be careful of certain colors like black. I like black. It can slim up the silhouette, but understand that wearing all black can make you come off as aggressive, as someone that's not really approachable. I still think a guy can pull it off. Imagine if you had a small little bit of a pocket square, or you actually had everything else, you could still pull it off. But there are other colors, maybe like brown, that you want to avoid because they remind us of certain things that you don't want to remind people of. The point is, find the colors that work for you and leverage them. The next thing she's going to notice is how you smell, and understand that women are in general much more sensitive to fragrance than men are. But that being said, it's very situation dependent. If you're going into a club and a lot of people are going to be smelling, that's when you're probably going to use more of a fragrance. Or let's say you're at a party and you're going to be in a much more intimate setting where you're going to be in a small room with a smaller group of people. In that case, you want to maybe wear something that isn't going to announce you walked into the room and is a bit more subtle, but still very approachable. I will stress that every man has the ability to discover his own signature scent. I think it's great to have one for each of the seasons, in addition to have a few that are just your go-to scents that give you confidence, that make you feel great every time you put them on. Next up, you can bet she's going to look at your shoes and she's going to make a quick judgment. The first thing she's going to look at is, are they clean? So make sure if you're wearing sneakers, you've got clean laces. Make sure you don't have dirt or mud all over them. Take the time to take care of your shoes. And if you're going to go casual, go with something that looks good. So many options out there. But if you decide to go with dress shoes, again, make sure they're polished, make sure you've got something that looks good, and don't be afraid to actually have some fun. Right here, we can say, okay, this guy is into dress shoes, but he's into dress shoes that have a bit of character. Got the blue suede going on. Or maybe you want to go simple and clean. Boots, just a beautiful, slick, great look right here, that beautiful shine, that shows that you care. Or maybe you're not into shiny boots. Guys, tons of options. Suede, look at the style right here. This screams rock star. She's going to think, hey, I want to get to know that guy. Next up, let's talk about your smile. A few things with this. First up, it's going to show that you're happy, that you're jovial. People want to be around people that make them feel good. Next up, she's going to look at your teeth. She's going to look and smell your breath. If you're getting this close up, guys, make sure that you've chewed gum, that you brushed your teeth, that you take care of your breath. Drink water. If nothing else, that'll help wash down some of that bacteria and clean up your breath. Next up, let's talk about those teeth. Don't be afraid to go get them whitened. Take care of your teeth. Get them straightened if they're really bad. And now let's talk about eye contact. So this may have started a while back, but you're about to open your mouth. What are the rules on eye contact when you're talking with a woman? Guys, I've got you covered with this video right here. The rules, actually the mistakes you want to avoid when making eye contact, when engaging with women. I've got you covered in this video right here. Check it out, guys. I will link to it as well down in the description.